Colorado High School Activities Association basketball is on B106 and B106.com as we return from Fort Morgan High School. Tonight's doubleheader between the Fort Morgan Mustangs and the Brush Bee Diggers. The girls' game is the one that will be played first. There's only one of the four teams here tonight with a winning record on the season. That is the Brush girls. They're sitting at 3-2 on the year, while Fort Morgan is at 1-5. But they did pick up their first victory last night, defeating Sidney, Nebraska, 48-42. And momentarily we'll have the starting lineups and the beginning of tonight's game, as both teams, as I mentioned, played last night. The Fort Morgan girls winning, and the Brush girls losing in Sterling to the number one ranked team in 3A, the Tigers, 35-21. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Our B106 page on Facebook, Twitter at B106. We'll have updates throughout the course of the game of each and every quarter. In case you're listening right now, we'll be turning off the radio at some point because you've got other things going on. All you need is either Facebook or Twitter at B106, and we'll have the updated scores quarter by quarter as we've done throughout the course of the entire 2014-2015 high school sports season. All right, we'll come back in 2 minutes. We're back in 2 minutes right here on Morgan County's B106, as well as B106.com. All right, the starting line is being introduced for the visiting Brush Bee Diggers tonight, as they go with a solid lineup here of Mariah Brown, Shelby Wooliver, Lauren Berg, Emma Mortensen, and Callie Bills. Starting lineup tonight brought to you by Cargill Beef, committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and improving products and processes. Learn about Cargill's story of commitment at Cargill.com. Allie Keller, along with Lauren Staley. That's a freshman in Keller, by the way. Along with Christina Frick, a senior. The 5'9 junior Lindsay Nestor. And 5'8 senior Aurora Baca. That's your starting five, brought to you by Cargill Beef for the Mustangs. They're coached by Jim Kreckemeyer, once again at 1-5. The Bee Diggers at 3-2, coached by Bill Nichols. Opening tip of tonight's game brought to you by Buildings by Design. The experience to complete your project from start to finish. Get the quality you deserve in your building by starting your build project right. Start with Buildings by Design. Bee Diggers out onto the floor. Emma Mortensen will be jumping center for Brush, and Christina Frick for Fort Morgan. Not really a capacity crowd yet. There's lots of open seating, which I'm surprised about. Opening tip is controlled by Fort Morgan. Into the front court with the basketball is Keller. Keller at the top against Brown. On the outside right to Nestor. Nestor dribbling to her left. Left to the free throw line. Left to the lane. Had the ball stripped. Got it back. Feeds it left corner to Keller. Keller dribbling to her right. Back out to Nestor. Nestor right of the lane with the basketball. Backing in her defender. Feeds it over to Staley. Staley left to the lane. Had it stripped, but she's fouled as she drove into the lane. The first foul of the game is committed by Brush's Emma Mortensen. And to throw it in will be Keller. Keller looking for Frick. Bounce pass right baseline. Dribbles to her left. And then had the ball tipped away there by Mortensen, but picked up by Keller on the outside right. Over to Staley. Staley with the basketball. Left-handed dribble. Pulls up from 16. That's going to be an air ball. Keller trying to chase it down and cannot. It's out of bounds. It goes over to Brush. And the Bee Diggers will have their first possession 38 seconds into the game. Here comes Shelby Wooliver, the experienced senior. At the top of the outside right to Brown. Brown swings it at the top for Bills. Bills looking down low, feeds it high left for Mortensen. Mortensen with the basketball, holding it high, maintains possession over to Wooliver. Wooliver picks up her dribble, back out to Brown. Brown dribbling left corner, over to Wooliver. At the top now for Bills, behind that three-point line. Free throw line for Berg. Berg looking to her right, bounce pass to Wooliver. Wooliver with a basketball to her right, picks up the dribble, cross court to Bills. She'll take the three, and that's off the back of the rim. And the ball is into the hands of Lindsay Nestor. On the outlet to Keller. Keller across the timeline for Fort Morgan at the top, met by Brown. Bounce pass in a high right to Nestor. Nestor with a basketball, dribbles to her left, gets a pick, left of the lane, all the way, scoops up, fouled, and she misses. That might have been Emma Mortensen again. More than likely, that's going to take her out of the game with 2 early fouls. Head coach Bill Nichols will have to make a lineup change there. Nestor to shoot 2 for Fort Morgan. And the left-handed free throw is in the air, and that one's off the back of the rim. Well, Mortensen is staying in there. I know it's a minute 28 into the game, but she does have 2 fouls already. You're disqualified with 5. Second free throw is up, and that one is in. And Fort Morgan scores the first point of the game. Brown into the front court for Brush. Just across the timeline, met by Keller, gets a pick from Wooliver, dribbles to her left, looking down low, bounce pass to Mortensen, takes a dribble, double team, scoops, and scores! That's why you keep Mortensen into the game, and in the game, 2-1. Brush with a basketball as Staley triple teamed, and then she's tied up. Possession arrow goes over to the Bead Diggers. That's why I got to get rid of the basketball pretty quickly. Wooliver to throw it in to Brown. Brown met by Keller at the top, dribbles to her right, gets a pick from Bills. Behind that three-point line, picks up the dribble, looking, still looking, got to get rid of it. And she does it, a bounce pass to Wooliver, tipped it away to Bills. Bills with the basketball on the outside right against Nestor, picks up the dribble over to Wooliver. Near that right corner for Brown, dribbles along the right baseline, cut off by Keller. Bounce pass back out to Berg. Berg on the high right, picked up by Frick. Berg dribbles to her right, on the right baseline, and then she's fouled by Christina Frick. On the floor. That'll be the first foul against the Mustangs. Brush 2, Fort Morgan 1. 5:43 to go in the opening quarter. From Fort Morgan, Brown to throw it in. Bounce pass, left baseline. Mortensen puts it up short from 5 feet away. And the rebound is controlled by Lauren Staley of Fort Morgan. Staley across the timeline at the top, met by Wooliver. Outside right for Keller. Keller guarded by Brown, gets a pick from Frick. Dribbles left of the lane all the way. Then lost the ball, but it's picked up by Staley. Staley in the left corner at the top. Frick, 16-footer is off to the right. And the rebound on one bounce to Callie Bills on the outlet to Wooliver. Wooliver for Brush across the timeline near the top. Wooliver on the outside right to Brown. Brown cross court over to Mortensen. Mortensen left block at the top for Bills. The Bead Diggers trying to move it around, but methodically at the free throw line. Berg. Now to Wooliver, dribbles to her right, puts up a 12-foot runner, and that's off the left side of the rim. The rebound and a hop to Mortensen. Bead Diggers reset. Mortensen feeds Wooliver in the lane. A runner is off the back of the rim and missed. And the rebound to Wooliver. She goes back up, scoops, and she misses. And the rebound to Mortensen. She misses. And then the ball is tipped out of bounds. It will be Fort Morgan basketball. Bead Diggers had the opportunities, could not score. And Haley Lewis checks in for Fort Morgan along with Kinsey Winsheimer. And Abby Mussman also into the game. Here's Staley behind her back. They've got a 5-on-3. Feeds it left corner. Winsheimer, 3 in the air, is off the back of the rim. But the rebound is controlled by Lewis. Back out straight away to Staley. Staley with 4:28 to go in the opening quarter. Wooliver with a strip. Staley gets it back, and then we've got a double dribble. Not sure about that double dribble because there was a strip. That didn't make any sense. I think the Bead Diggers got a break there. Second turnover by Fort Morgan. Yeah, I'm not sure the officials saw that. That should have been overruled. Here comes Wooliver. For Brush. At the top, Brown, wide open 3. She'll take it. It's off the back of the rim. And the rebound into Cammie Sweeney's hands. Then she's tied up. Possession arrow, Fort Morgan. As Sweeney checked in for the first time. We are at the top of the hour. This is KPRB, Brush, Fort Morgan, Morgan County's B106. Here's Staley the other way, left of the lane. 12-footers up and off to the right. And then a foul from behind. Haley Lewis commits the foul as Wooliver had position. Bead Digger basketball. Midway through the opening quarter in a very, very low-scoring game. Brush 2, Fort Morgan 1. And to throw it in will be Brown. 2 team fouls each side. Here comes Wooliver. For Brush at the top. To her right to Brown. Gets a pick, dribbles all the way, puts up a floater. Going off the glass from Mariah Brown, and the Bead Diggers now lead 4-1. In the backcourt, jump pass intercepted by Bills. Third turnover on the outside left to Brown. Wide open as Wooliver. 10 foot is up. No good. Missed the 10-footer. And the rebound into the hands of Winsheimer of Fort Morgan. Winsheimer in the backcourt feeds Staley. Staley into the front court. On the outside left of Moosman. Moosman with the basketball on the high left. Dribbles to her right. At the top, right of the lane. Moosman leans, feeds it to Frick. And Frick traveled. And that is turnover number 4 for the Mustangs. The B-Diggers have not committed one as of yet with 3:20 to go in the opening quarter. And Brush leading Fort Morgan 4-1. A very ugly start so far for both sides, at least offensively. Wooliver looking. Mariah Brown has the basketball at the top. Picks up the dribble, lobs it in the right corner for Wooliver. Wooliver looks down low. Wooliver with a 13-footer is off the back of the rim. And the rebound into the hands of Staley. Staley for the Mustangs across the timeline, met by Wooliver. Feeds it on the outside right to Moosman. Moosman gets a pick, dribbles into the lane. Moosman puts it up off the glass, too strong, and the putback is up and missed, and a foul. Haley Lewis goes to the line as the B-Diggers commit the foul. And that was Mariah Brown hacking her across the wrist. So Lewis to the stripe to shoot a deuce for the Mustangs, who trail by 3 with 2:46 to go in the opening quarter. And this first of a doubleheader. The free throw by Lewis is in the air, and that is off the back of the rim. Second free throw upcoming. Substitution, Lindsay Nestor back into the game for Christina Frick. And we've got a timeout. We'll keep it right here. Just a 30-second timeout with the B-Diggers leading 4-1. Second game was scheduled to start at 7 o'clock. That'll go at about 7:15 or 7:20 because of a junior varsity game on the girls' side that went into overtime. Yeah, right now neither team shooting well for the field. In fact, Fort Morgan does not have a field goal yet. They only have a free throw. And they're 1 out of 3 for the stripe. And stepping to the line momentarily once again will be Haley Lewis. Again, you can follow us on Twitter at B106. Our Facebook page is B106 as well. We'll reset the lineup. Berg, Bills, Sweeney, Wooliver, and Brown for Brush. Staley, along with Lewis, Nestor, the free throw shooter, Winsheimer. And on the back end, Moosman, second free throw is good. 1 out of 2 for Lewis. Fort Morgan trails Brush 4-2. Wooliver pressured in the backcourt, maintains the dribble, feeds Brown. Front court pass to Bills. B-Diggers have a 4-on-3. Down low for Sweeney, bodied up. Sweeney back out to Bills. Bills lobs it down low. Berg leans, bangs, and scores. To the left of the basket, Lauren Berg waited for the defender to fly by. And the B-Diggers now lead 6-2. Staley fouled at midcourt. Lauren Berg got her. That'll be the 14th foul committed by the B-Diggers. Are they going to say that was on Brown? Yeah, they're going to say Brown instead. She's got 2 fouls. B-Diggers have 2 players with 2 fouls apiece. And to throw it in will be Lindsay Nestor. Nestor with the basketball. On the bounce pass on the outside left of Moosman. Back out to Staley. Staley against Wooliver. Over to Moosman inside that 3-point line. Over to Winsheimer, dribbling right baseline. Bounce pass down low, and the shot is blocked and taken away over there by Wooliver as the shot was missed over there by Lewis. Wooliver has her second rebound. Dribbles into the front court on the outside left. Wooliver picked up by Staley. With the basketball for the B-Diggers is Maddie Rule. Lob down low off the hand of Lauren Berg out of bounds. And the B-Diggers commit their first turnover. They've got a 6-2 lead. Brush scored only 21 points last night against a great Sterling Tiger team. Allie Keller back in for Fort Morgan. And the Mustangs will come the other way. Here comes Keller. Keller on the outside right over to Moosman. Moosman dribbles to her left and traveled prior to that. 5 turnovers for the Mustangs. This team scored almost 50 points last night, but they're on pace to score only about 20 tonight. They've got to pick it up offensively. Wooliver the other way for the B-Diggers. Wooliver, bounce pass on the outside right for Bills. Bills looking, still looking, dribbles to her right, gets a pick from Sweeney. Trapped over there in the right corner, spinning, looking, lobs it down low, and a layup for Lauren Berg off the glass. Perfect pass from Callie Bills. Brush now leads 8-2, 1:24 to go in the opening quarter. And Baca traveled in the backcourt. The Mustangs getting even sloppier. They've got 2 points and 6 turnovers. That's killing them right now as Maddie Rule will trigger it in for the Bee Diggers. Roll into Wolliver with 1:18 to go in the first quarter. Bee Diggers up by 6. Wolliver dribbling on the outside left, and we got a whistle. And see, the ball I think was just knocked out of bounds there. We were cut off here from this particular angle. Wolliver to throw it in. Bee Diggers got to get open. It's going to be 5 seconds. That is 5 seconds. Turnover number 2 for Brush. Allie Keller will grab the inbounds pass and set up the Mustang offense. They do not have a field goal yet, just 2 free throws. Keller across the timeline. On the outside right feeds Moosman. Moosman well behind that three-point line, free throw line. Over to Nestor and all the way. Scoops it up and in off the glass for Lindsay Nestor with a left hand. The first field goal comes with 1:02 to go in the opening quarter. The Bee Diggers only lead by 4. It's 8-4 with 53 seconds to go. Wolliver at the top of the basketball. Swings it left side right through the hands of Bills. Perfect pass. And turnover number 3 for Brush. The Bee Diggers are playing poorly here over the last couple of minutes. And this game is extremely methodical pace-wise. So the Mustangs come the other way. And here comes Allie Keller. Keller for Fort Morgan across the timeline. On the outside right to Moosman in the right corner. Baca, and she traveled again. I don't know what she's doing. That's the second time she's gotten the basketball, and for some reason she travels and dribbles. Going to get called for that every time. And those officials are right on top of it. 7 turnover for Fort Morgan. Wolliver at the top of the basketball, dribbling right lane. Bounce pass was terrible. Went underneath Bills' right hand out of bounds. Well, you got to get this first quarter over with. This is terrible basketball. You got 12 points and 11 turnovers combined. Normally that ratio is not even close to being even. Keller at the top on the outside left of Moosman. In that left corner for Baca. That time she passes it off to Keller. Keller double teamed and a foul. Nice job by Keller drawing the contact. And the contact was drawn against Maddie Rule. Her first, the team's 5th. Mustangs have committed just 2 fouls. Keller to throw it in. Lobs it on the outside left. Now a three-pointer is short by Staley. And off the hands of Berg out of bounds. Stays with Fort Morgan. Keller to throw it in again. With 19.1 seconds to go. Keller looking for the cutter. Looking for Nestor, but she's caught off by Bills. Lobs it on the outside left towards Staley. Poked out of bounds by Wolliver. Retaining possession is Fort Morgan. And to throw it in three-quarters court will be Nestor. Nestor looking, bounce pass in the left corner. Here's Moosman. Moosman double team. Got to get rid of it, and she throws it right into the hands of Rule. Rule to Wolliver in the front court. Wolliver is fouled by Keller. Keller commits her first. 10.9 seconds to go in a very hard quarter to watch, quite frankly. Now you got 12 turnovers combined and 12 points combined. The lob into Sweeney. Sweeney fits it to Wolliver at the top. Wolliver into the lane. Then she's double teamed back out to Bills. 3 in the air. Good for Callie Bills. Nails the triple. And that'll be the end of the opening quarter. They only marked it as a 2. I thought that right foot was behind the three-point line. So we'll say it's just a 2. It's Brush in the lead over Fort Morgan, 10-4 on B106 and B106.com. 10-4 in favor of Brush in the first of the 2 games. This is the girls' game in Fort Morgan. It'll be Callie Bills, Maddie Rule, Cammie Sweeney, Lauren Berg, and Shelby Wolliver for Brush. Lindsay Nestor, Lauren Staley, Allie Keller, Christina Frick, and Aurora Baca for Fort Morgan. Bee Digger basketball. Here's Wolliver. Wolliver at the top, met by Keller on the outside right to Bills. Bills drops the ball, gets it back. Bills dribbles to her right. Trapped in the corner, lobs it down low for Sweeney. She banks and misses an easy one. Rebound put back, missed by Berg. She puts it back up, fouled by Frick. I tell you, Berg with a nice job there, grabbing a couple of rebounds. She's already got 4 points. And Lauren Berg to the line. Frick with her second foul. She will shoot a deuce. First free throw's in the air. That's in for Lauren Berg. When you're shopping for new appliances, shop the best appliance store in Fort Morgan, B&B Appliance. With a full and complete line of Whirlpool appliances. B&B Appliance, downtown Fort Morgan. Second free throw is in. 12-4, and Staley stripped by Rule. Beautiful strip. Is going to feed Wolliver in the lane. She banks and she misses an easy one. And she missed it badly. Keller with a rebound for Fort Morgan. Keller across the timeline. 12-4 Brush. Outside left Staley. Long three is off the back of the rim and over the backboard. Brush basketball. Keller will pressure in the backcourt. Inbounds pass over to Rule. Back to Wolliver. Now to Rule into the front court. Taken by Berg. Wide open is Sweeney, but the pass was errant and it's off her right hand out of bounds. 5 turnovers for the Bee-Diggers. The Mustangs have 9. And the Bee-Diggers lead by 8 in the opening 48 seconds of the second. Staley with the inbounds pass into the front court over to Nestor. Nestor fakes the three, dribbles to her left, cut off by Berg, maintains the dribble. Back to her right, looking for the pick. Nestor picks up the dribble, lobs it on the outside left for Staley. Staley straight away to Nestor on the outside right to Keller. Keller dribbles to her right along the baseline. Double team, bounce pass, but she traveled before the bounce pass. And again, just another turnover for the Mustangs. I think one of their goals in this game, I think the goal in every game is to have at least about a 3-to-1 ratio or 4-to-1 ratio points to turnovers. Right now, it's well below 1. Here is Berg on the outside left at the free throw line for Bills. Bills lobs it down low, Sweeney, and then she threw it off the bottom of the backboard. She's not squaring up at all, but it's off of Baca. Nope, it's off of Brush out of bounds. Baca to throw it in. Yeah, Sweeney's just rushing those shots. Lob in the backcourt, poked out of bounds by Wolliver, intended for Staley. Mustangs retain possession. Still in the backcourt along the side. Ball inbounded to Keller. Keller across the timeline on the outside right to Staley. Staley guarded by Wolliver. Staley back to her left, maintains the dribble. Bee-Diggers right now in a man-to-man, and now they're switching into a zone. Ball is poked away, taken by Keller. Keller dribbling left baseline. She's fouled. That'll be the 17th foul. So she'll have a free throw and maybe a second. Foul's committed by Maddie Rule, her second. So the Bee-Diggers have 3 players with 2 fouls apiece. Yeah, Keller's got to shoot the free throw, and I don't know why the officials aren't seeing that. It's got the 17th foul on the board. Get her to the line. All this does is delay a game that should be already speeding up a little bit more after it started late. Now you got 3 officials out there. I'm surprised that wasn't determined immediately. All right, here comes the free throw from Allie Keller. Now they're trying to clarify whether that's 17 fouls. Well, let's see. Nope, you know what? I've got only 16 fouls for Brush, so that was a mistake. So the officials did their job, and I was prejudgmental. All right, Staley with the basketball. Staley at the top. So next foul will get the Mustangs to the line. Lob to Frick. Frick trapped, banks and misses, and the rebound to Wolliver. Brush. Wolliver trapped in the backcourt. Now she dribbles out of traffic. Wolliver across the timeline near the top, picked up by Keller, maintains the dribble, right to the lane, and then a double dribble. Wolliver commits Brush's 6th turnover. The Bee-Diggers with a 12-4 lead here early in the second. And Frick throws it into Keller. We have played 10 minutes of basketball. The Mustangs have 4 points. Staley with the basketball at the top. On the outside left, Nestor. She'll take a 3, and that hit nothing but backboard, and Sweeney grabs the rebound. There's the outlet to Rule. Rule with the left hand. Bounce pass over to Wolliver. Left baseline. Back out to Rule. Wide open 10-footer. Good for Maddie Rule. The Bee-Diggers now with a 10-point lead. 14-4 passes tipped to the backcourt, but Staley recovers for Fort Morgan. Staley across the timeline, into the lane, all the way. Has the shot blocked by Lauren Berg. Berg comes away with the basketball. On the outlet to Rule. Rule has it poked out of bounds by Frick. And the Bee-Diggers retain possession. By the way, congratulations to CSU Pueblo. That football team today won the Division II National Championship. Brush High School's Joe Rosenbrock, a 2011 graduate, playing at CSU Pueblo as a starting linebacker, led the team in tackles this year. Wooliver bounced past a Rule. Right baseline shot is around, no good. The weak side rebound to Abby Musman. Musman across the timeline, nearly stripped from behind, picks up the dribble, then she traveled. 13-0 as CSU Pueblo defeated Minnesota State Mankato. Big blocked field goal early on really got CSU Pueblo going because it was scoreless at the time, and it was a chip shot that they couldn't get off. Wooliver at the top gets a pick from Bills, lobs it to Bills, 16-footer off the back of the rim, and the ball is rebounded over there by Fort Morgan's Haley Lewis. Nice toss on the outlet, but they throw it away out of bounds as Keller's pass was too strong for Abby Musman. Turnover number 12. They'd like a 3-to-1 ratio. Instead, it's a 3-to-1 ratio of turnovers to points, not points to turnovers. Rule to throw it in. Fort Morgan applies the press. 4:54 to go in the second quarter. In the backcourt to Brown. Lobs it towards Wooliver. Bee-Diggers have a 3-on-3. Wooliver, middle of the court. All the way, lays it up and in. Off the glass for Shelby Wooliver. Her first points. The Bee-Diggers are on an 8-0 run. And nearly a steal. Keller trying to get rid of the basketball in a timeout called by the Mustangs. 16-4 with 4:40 to go. And timeout brought to you by State Farm Insurance and Greg Mullen in Brush, helping you find the best policy to fit your life. Home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call. 842-4555. So the Bee-Diggers in control, leading 16-4. Mustangs have one field goal that came from Lindsay Nestor in the opening quarter. Got to get that offense flowing. If not, they're in for a long, long night. After a 48-42 victory last night against Sidney, Nebraska, for their first win of the year. So the teams will break the huddle, their respective huddles, as the Mustangs will have possession of the basketball with a 16-4 lead. Cammie Sweeney, Mariah Brown, Maddie Rule, Shelby Wooliver, Emma Mortensen back in for the Bee-Diggers. Inbounds pass intended for Keller, knocked out of bounds out there with Kinsey Winsheimer. Abby Musman, along with Haley Lewis, and the inbounds passer, Christina Frick. Inbounds pass to Keller. Lobs over to Musman. Musman, left baseline. Here's Nestor dribbling left of the lane. Back out to Frick. 15-footer. Yes. Christina Frick scores. That stops the 8-0 run by the Bee-Diggers. 16-6. Roll the other way for Brush. Roll with the basketball. Looking, still looking. Bounce pass to Brown. Brown at the top. Dribbles to her right. Now retreats towards the timeline. Brush leading by 10 with 4:08 to go in the opening half. Brown on the outside left to Rule. Dribbles to her right. Gets a pick from Sweeney. Feeds Wooliver. Wooliver dribbling left of the lane all the way. Banks and misses. A little bit too strong. Frick with a rebound. Then she traveled. Could not control her footing back there. And the Bee-Diggers have the basketball back. Brown to throw it in. Brown looking, still looking. Bounce pass on a high left to Wooliver. Wooliver to Brown straight away. Takes the shot. That's good. She banked it in for three. Just behind the three-point line. Don't know if she meant it, but it doesn't matter. Bee-Diggers lead by a Baker's dozen, 19-6. Lob in the front court for Winsheimer. Winsheimer guarded by Mortensen. Back out to Keller. Keller straight away will put up a long three, and that is well off to the right. And the ball is out of bounds off the hand of Abby Musman. Bee-Digger basketball with 3:34 to go, second quarter. Lauren Staley checking back in for the Mustangs. And to throw it in will be Brown. In the backcourt to Wooliver. Wooliver maintains the dribble. Met by Staley at midcourt. Wooliver to her right. Looked like she almost fouled her. Then Wooliver pulls up and misses the shot. Fouled by Staley from behind after Wooliver drove right by her along the right baseline. Staley commits her first. Wooliver has a couple of points in the game, and she will step to the stripe to shoot a deuce, a bank that is committed to their community and keeping banking simple. Morgan Federal Bank. Member FDIC, 321 ensign. The first free throw is short. Second free throw upcoming for Shelby Wooliver. That one's up, and that one is in. And the Bead Diggers lead 20-6. Frick in the backcourt over to Winsheimer. Winsheimer then nearly fouled, then jump passes to Frick, and that time we do have a foul. And that should get her to the line. The foul committed by Wooliver. That was over-aggressive defense by the Bead Diggers. Now Winsheimer to shoot the 1-and-1 for the Mustangs. The 5'5" senior shoots and connects. Brush 20, Fort Morgan 7. Second free throw is in the air, and that's in. The Bead Digger lead is down to 12. It's 20-8. In the backcourt, Rule with the basketball. Rule dribbles to her right against Winsheimer. Towards that right corner. Gets a pick. Maintains the dribble. Kicks it back out to Brown. Brown lobs it down low for Mortensen. She banks and misses, but she's fouled. Emma Mortensen to the stripe. And the Fort Morgan foul was committed by Kinsey Winsheimer. That'll be her first. Emma Mortensen has scored a couple of points in the game. Free throw is up and in and out. Second free throw upcoming. Maddie Kerr, an excellent athlete, into the game for the Bead Diggers. Lauren Berg checks back in. The Bead Diggers have a lot of size out there. Second free throw is up, and that one is in. For Mortensen, the Bead Diggers now with a 21-8 lead. And Nestor to throw it in for the Mustangs in the backcourt with under 3 minutes to go before the break. Bead Diggers pressure, bounce pass to Staley, back to Nestor. Nestor dribbles by one. Nestor across the timeline, spinning on Kerr. Nestor picks up the dribble, lobs it to Keller. Keller right at the free throw line, right baseline to Lewis. Lewis leans, shoots, misses, fouled. Haley Lewis will shoot two. Bead Digger foul was committed by Lauren Berg, her first. Lewis nailed a free throw in the opening quarter. This free throw is up, and that's perfect. Nothing but string. The Mustangs are 5 out of 7 from the line. Second free throw upcoming. She bends, she shoots, and she connects again. It is now a 21-10. Bead Digger lead. Mustangs now trying to make a dent in that point-to-turnover ratio. Fort Morgan's committed 16 fouls, so their next foul will send the Bead Diggers to the line. Yeah, there's more of a crowd now, but still there's lots of empty seats. See if it picks up even more for the boys' game. Maddie Kerr across the timeline for Brush. Kerr trapped, feeds it left side to Rule. Rule takes a dribble, left baseline. Rule all the way, lost the basketball, then she double dribbled. She had a good thing going there, but then couldn't control it. And the Mustangs have it back. Nestor, bounce pass backcourt for Keller. Lobs it to Staley. Staley nearly fouled by Kerr, maintains the dribble. Left of the lane, 14-foot pull-up blocked by Kerr, and taken away by Mortensen. Rush the other way, a steal by Keller, lays it up and in. As the Bead Diggers commit the turnover and Keller scores. And the Fort Morgan deficit is down to 9, 21-12. Wooliver's got a 5-on-4. Keller falls down. Bounce pass, left wing. Rule down low for Berg. Bangs and scores to the left of the basket. That is Lauren Berg. Now has 8 points in the game. Lob in the backcourt to Staley. Staley across the timeline. It's got a 2-on-1. Staley all the way. Jump pass down low. Banking and scoring is Haley Lewis. She's got 5. Once again, it's a 9-point game. 23-14 Brush. A minute 39 to go, second quarter. Wolliver at the top against Keller. Dribbles at the free throw line. Bounce pass towards Kerr. Kerr backing in the defender. Backs up. 12-footer partially blocked. Mortensen's got it for Brush. Mortensen turns, banks, misses. And the ball is tipped out of bounds. It's off of Wolliver. So it will be Fort Morgan basketball. The Mustangs have done a very nice job of climbing back into the game with a minute 20 to go before the break. Here's Allie Keller with the basketball at the top. Keller on the outside left to Winsheimer. Steps in. She traveled. Turnover number 14 for Fort Morgan to match the number of points they've scored here in the opening half. The Diggers had a 10-5 lead after 1. Maddie Kerr with the basketball on the high left to Wolliver. Wolliver at the free throw line for Mortensen. Right baseline to Kerr. Defender in the air and a travel. Forgot to dribble first. The B-Diggers have made 9 turnovers. 1 minute to go before halftime. Brush 23, Fort Morgan 14. Across the timeline is Keller. She nearly traveled on the outside left to Winsheimer. Gets a pick, dribbles to her right. Pulls up inside the three-point line. Blocked by Maddie Rule, and then a foul as Berg went for the rebound. She was fouled from behind. And that foul was committed. What? By Lauren Berg. That's a terrible call. Wow. She clearly had position. And Berg can't believe it either. Second foul. Now the Mustangs will have a 1-and-1. Yeah, that is an awful call. And checking in is going to be Abby Moosman for Fort Morgan. Out is Lauren Staley. Sweeney in for Brush. And Berg is out. So Winsheimer at the line. She was 2 out of 2. Her first trip. It's a 19th foul. Free throw is up and off to the left. And the rebound is controlled by Cammie Sweeney. Sweeney looks for the outlet. Feeds Wolliver. Wolliver with 41 seconds to go before the break. Wolliver for Brush at the top. Dribbles to her right. Gets a pick from Sweeney. Nearly turned the ball over at the top for Bills. And then she threw a terrible pass well over the left hand of Maddie Rule out of bounds. It will be Fort Morgan basketball. 28 seconds to go in the second. With the basketball is Keller. Bounce pass on the outside right to Moosman. Moosman at the free throw line in the lane. Jump pass, left corner. Keller puts up a long shot. That's off the back of the rim. And the rebound to Bills on a hot foul from behind. 17th foul. Bills will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. And Allie Keller commits her second foul. So we go the other way. Find out why Morgan Community College is the best choice for your higher education. Visit MCC online at morgancc.edu. Bills with a 1-and-1. The junior shoots and scores. The free throw is in by the 6-footer. In fact, the B-Diggers have 3 6-footers, and Bills, Sweeney, and Berg. Second free throw is coming up. That one is up, and that one is off the back of the rim, but Sweeney has got the rebound for the B-Diggers, tries to kick it back out, and it's taken away by Winsheimer, and then Winsheimer looked like, was she fouled or, yeah, I think she was fouled. Good call. Or was the ball just poked out of bounds? Yep. Oh, there was contact and plenty of it. And Coach Kreckemeyer will call a 30-second timeout to set up the final play of the second quarter with the B-Diggers up 24-14. Yeah, we're looking at least a 7:30 start for the boys. This first half has taken a long time. Way too many free throws. 9 taken by Fort Morgan. Doesn't sound like a lot, but 8 by the B-Diggers, and the majority of those in this quarter. Yeah, it just seems that you've had a lot of balls knocked out of bounds, not much of a flow to this game.
We're not at hamburgers yet, so if you haven't had one, go pick it up for $3.
So here we go. It will be Fort Morgan basketball. And the Mustangs to throw it into Keller. Keller in the backcourt. Trapped over there. Got to get rid of it. Keller looking. Baseball pass. Front court wide open. Nestor's shot is an air ball from 15 feet away. Taken up by Mooseman. And that is the end of the opening half. We have played 16 minutes of basketball here in Fort Morgan. And the score is Brush 24, Fort Morgan 14. Let us take a 3-minute break. We're back in 3 minutes on B106 and B106.com. 24-14 in favor of the Brush Lady Bee Diggers as we will head to the third quarter here in Fort Morgan, where the Lady Bee Diggers looking for their fourth victory of the year. The Mustangs only at 1-5, but did win for the first time last night as they won right here against Sidney, Nebraska. Had the boys warming up in between games. We'll have the boys game coming up about, I don't know if they'll give it a 10 or a 15-minute break. I've seen both intervals in between games. Nonetheless, here's Christina Frick out there with Allie Keller, Lauren Staley, Lindsay Nestor, and Aurora Baca. The Bee Diggers, Mariah Brown, Shelby Wolliver, Emma Mortensen, Callie Bills, and Lauren Staley. On the outside left, Nestor with a basketball for Fort Morgan. Into the lane, double team, kicks it back out. Keller fakes the three, dribbles right baseline. Her runner's partially blocked. Shelby Wolliver has the rebound for Brush. Wolliver setting up the offense on the high left for Brown. Brown at the top for Bills. Bills looking down low, dribbles to her right, feeds it right corner for Brown. Brown lobs it outside right. Wolliver dribbles into the lane. Wolliver double teamed, and she turned the ball over. I didn't call it travel, just some sort of turnover on the Bee Diggers. So Fort Morgan comes the other way with Allie Keller. Keller on the outside left. It's going to feed Nestor. Nestor dribbling towards the free throw line. 15-footers blocked by Berg and taken away by Mortensen. There's the bounce pass on the outlet to Wolliver. Wolliver for Brush on the outside left, off of Bill's hands and out of bounds. And the Bee Diggers are picking up where they left off with that sloppiness in the second quarter when they committed 6 turnovers. Turnover number 12 for Brush. The Mustangs have 14. Neither team scored in the opening minutes of this half. On the outside left, Staley with the basketball. Staley at the top between her legs. Lobs it down low. Frick is fouled from behind and fouled by Emma Mortensen. That is her third. And Keller to throw it in. Keller looking, triggering, left baseline. Nestor's shot is up and off the back of the rim. And the rebound is controlled by Wolliver Brush, her 5th board. The Bee Diggers maintain the 10-point lead with 6:43 to go in the third quarter. Wolliver met by Keller, dribbles to her right, cut off over there at the top for Brown. Brown against Lauren Staley, right baseline for Mortensen. Mortensen dribbles, she traveled prior to the dribble. And for the Bee Diggers, they've committed 3 turnovers in this quarter alone, and we played less than 90 seconds. Keller the other way, 13th turnover for Brush. Keller, chest pass outside right for Nestor. Behind the 3-point line, Nestor straight away. Feeds it on the high right for Staley. Staley dribbles to her right along the baseline. Staley all the way. Reverse layup is short. And Lauren Berg has the rebound for Brush, her 4th. On the outlet to Wolliver. Wolliver at the top of the basketball to her right and then fouled by Keller. Her 3rd. That's the first foul committed by Fort Morgan in the second half. And the Bee Diggers to inbound the basketball, 3/4 court. Again, still holding the lead. Neither team has scored here to begin this third quarter. Maddie Rule checks into the game for Brush. She gets the inbounds pass. Rule dribbles to her right along the baseline. Rule bounce pass cross court to Berg. Back out Bills. Wide open shot. Good. Callie Bills inside the 3-point line scores. She's got 5. The Bee Diggers lead by a dozen. 26-14. Now the Nestor left wing 3. Yes! For Lindsay Nestor. She counters. The Bee Digger lead is down to 9. 26-17. 5:37 to go in the third. Rule on the outside right. Dribbles along the right baseline. Back out to Wooliver. Wooliver looking down low. Wooliver dribbles along the baseline, and she's fouled by Keller. That'll be her fourth. And more than likely, she's coming out of the game. There's got to be a substitution made here any second. And Keller's coming out. Into the game is Kinsey Winsheimer. And Brown to throw it in. Looking, still looking. Bounce pass towards Berg. Back out to Brown. Long shot is up and in off the glass. Holy Mahungas. Don't know how she made that one. Didn't have much of an angle inside the three-point line. Brown has 7. The B-Diggers lead by 11. It's 28-17 with 5:10 to go. On the outside left, pass goes to Winsheimer, and she could not chase it down. Turnover number 15 for Fort Morgan. They're staying in the game. Only down by 11. Lob in the backcourt to Rule. Bounce pass to Wooliver. Wooliver on the outside left of the lane. Left corner. Bill's shot is up and in. Kelly Bills with another one just inside the three-point stripe. She's got 7. 4 in the quarter. Brush 30. Fort Morgan 17. Nestor's long shot is no good off the backboard. And the ball is tipped by Bills into the hands of Shelby Wooliver. The B-Diggers with a 13-point advantage. On the outside right, Rule with the basketball. Rule takes a dribble. Crosses over, back out to Wooliver. Wooliver swings it to Bills behind the three-point line. Bills dribbles to her right. Bills picks up the dribble. Inside to Berg. Berg gets a defender in the air, banks and scores. That was a beautiful move by Lauren Berg. She's got 10. Now the B-Diggers on a 6-0 run. It's 32-17. Outside left, Nestor fakes the three. Looked like she traveled, puts up a shot. She's fouled by Maddie Rule. She misses. And Lindsay Nestor goes to the stripe. Maddie Rule commits her third. And the left-hander Nestor will shoot 2. The B-Diggers have their biggest lead of the game at 32-17. And the free throw is up and in. Nestor now with 7 points. Second free throw upcoming. Cammie Sweeney's in for Lauren Berg for Brush. Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies and G Sweets Bakery, your perfect combination. 921 Edison Street in Brush. Open 6 days a week. Second free throws in. Nestor with 5 in the quarter, 8 in the game. The B-Digger lead is down to 13, 32-19, approaching the midway point of the third quarter. Brown's pass is tipped out of bounds. And the B-Diggers retain possession. And to throw it in will be Brown just across midcourt. Brown bounce pass to Bills on a high left. Hands it off to Brown. Brown with a long shot up and in! And a foul! Just inside the three-point stripe, Brown is fouled. She'll shoot the one shot there to complete the three-point play. As the B-Diggers now lead 34-19. Christina Frick committed the foul. Brown now with 9. The B-Diggers have one player in double figures. And it's still 1. The free throw's missed. Aurora Baca with a rebound. On the outlet to Staley. On the high left to Nestor. Nestor left baseline for Frick with a chest pass. Back out Nestor. Nestor fakes a 3, dribbles to her right. Jump pass to Staley to her left. Puts up a shot blocked by Wooliver and taken away by Bills. And then Bills is tied up. Possession arrow Brush. So the B-Diggers retain possession, up by 15 with 3:45 to go third quarter. The inbounds into Brown. Bounce pass over to Shelby Wooliver. Wooliver looking, still looking, lobs it to Berg. 2-on-1. Berg to Sweeney. Bounces, shoots, scores, and a foul. And the B-Diggers lead by 17 as the foul was committed by Aurora Baca. Cammie Sweeney to the stripe. And the free throw by Sweeney is in the air, and that one is off the back of the rim, and the rebound is into the hands of Lauren Berg. B-Diggers reset. Berg over to Bills on the outside right. Wooliver, she'll put up a 3, and it's off to the right. Long rebound, Berg. Her follow's no good, and the rebound is taken away. Nope. Sweeney tried to grab the basketball, could not, but it went off a Mustang. So the B-Diggers have the ball back up by 17. Brown to throw it in. Brown bounce pass into Wolliver. Wolliver back out to Brown. Brown on the high left. Dribbles to her right towards the top. Picked up by Winsheimer. Brown gets a pick from Wolliver, and that's an illegal screen by Wolliver. Her second foul as Brush's 14th turnover. And Frick to throw it in along the side for Fort Morgan. They trail by 17 with 3:08 to go in the third. On the outside left, Nestor with a basketball. Dribbles to her left. Gets a pick at the free throw line from Frick. Dribbles all the way, and the ball stripped out of bounds by Wolliver. And retaining possession is Fort Morgan. And Staley to trigger it in. Staley looking, still looking. That's got to be 5 seconds. Oh, yeah. B-Digger basketball. After the 5-second violation. We've got 11 minutes of basketball remaining, and the B-Diggers lead by 17. Into the front court. It's Mariah Brown. Brown on the outside left, looking down low. Feeds it left corner for Wolliver. Puts up the shot, and it's in and out. But Brown trying to chase down the rebound, cannot get it. Frick has got it instead. Frick all the way, waits. Banks misses. Rebound, put back. Staley blocked by Berg. Wolliver comes the other way. Wolliver with the basketball, dribbling right baseline. And then she lost control, but I think she was fouled. No, just knocked it out of bounds. B-Diggers will take it with 2:30 to go. In the third, up 36-19. And to throw it in is Mariah Brown. Brown looking, lobs it to Sweeney, right of the lane. Sweeney puts up a shot, it's off to the right. And a tie-up for the rebound between Berg and Frick. It'll go over to Fort Morgan. And to trigger it in will be Frick. So coming the other way now is Lauren Staley. Staley on the outside right. Here's Abby Musman dribbling with her left hand all the way. Scoops it up. Blocked by Bills. It's probably about 7 or 8 blocks by the B-Diggers. Wolliver comes away with a basketball. And Bills has got a few of them. Wolliver into the front court along with Lauren Berg, who's been outstanding. At the top for Brown. Brown on the outside left to Berg. Berg looking down low. Still looking. Berg traveled. Turnover number 15 for the B-Diggers, who lead this game 36-19, under 2 minutes to go in the third. A slow-moving game here in Fort Morgan. The other way, here comes Allie Keller. Keller's got 4 fouls in the game. And the runner by Winsheimer, left baseline, no good. Frick's put back, blocked by Berg. Berg doing it again. Here come the B-Diggers the other way. All the way, Wolliver's layup up and in off the glass. Shelby Wolliver with 5. The B-Diggers have doubled up Fort Morgan, 38-19, a minute 28 to go in the third. Into the front court is Keller on the outside right to Musman. Musman well behind the three-point line. Left-handed dribble back to her right. Cut off, bounce pass to Frick. 16-footers off the front of the rim. Lauren Berg grabs another rebound. That's her 9th. The outlet to Wolliver all the way. Banks and misses. Might have been partially blocked. Rebound to Sweeney. And Sweeney gets over to Bills. Cross-court bounce pass over to Berg. Berg, right baseline to Wolliver. Banks, and she missed an easy one. Wolliver then going for the rebound, but take it away. Over there nicely by Lewis. Lewis of Fort Morgan, 55 seconds to go in the third. B-Diggers lead by 19. Moosman with a basketball on the high right for Keller. Keller guarded by Wolliver. Keller dribbles to her left, left of the lane. Bounce pass over to Moosman, and she traveled prior to driving to the basket. And that is turnover number 17 for the Mustangs. And here comes Maddie Kerr into the game. So Kerr in for Brush, as the B-Diggers can stretch this out to a 21-point lead or more. Wolliver for the B-Diggers at the top of the basketball, dribbling at the free throw line, lobs it to Kerr. Kerr squeezes in the lane, puts up a shot, she misses, but she's fouled. And Maddie Kerr will be shooting 2. And the foul was committed by Nestor. That'll be Nestor's first. Kerr to the stripe. And the free throws around and no good. You need your vehicle and farm equipment to be in top shape, so make sure you take care of them by purchasing the best quality parts at great prices at your local Napa store, Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. Second free throw, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Nestor. The other way come the Mustangs with a basketball, dribbling right baseline. Perfect pass, banking and missing is Lewis. And then the putback, and Lewis is fouled by Kerr. Maddie Kerr with her first foul, and Lewis to shoot 2. Lewis has got 5 points in the game. And the first free throw is up and around and in and out. Second free throw upcoming for Haley Lewis. This one's up, and that one is around and in. Brush 38, Fort Morgan 20. Oliver with backcourt pressure lobs it in. That's going to be right through the hands of Lewis into the hands of Sweeney. Back to Kerr. Kerr across the timeline. She's got a 3-on-3, but she'll back it out. B-Diggers more than likely will take the final shot of the third. Kerr on the outside left, 6 seconds to go. Over to Wolliver with 4. Wolliver's got to look up at the clock with 3. Long 3 is off the back of the rim, and that's the end of the third quarter. With the score, it is Brush 38, Fort Morgan 20. Let's take a 1-minute break. It's a 1-minute break on B106 and B106.com. We head to the fourth quarter. The Brush girls leading Fort Morgan 38-20. Maddie Kerr on the outside left to Wolliver. Wolliver with a basketball, dribbling to her right out there with Bills, Sweeney, and Mortensen. And Kerr now has the basketball. We'll set the Fort Morgan lineup in a second. Bills down low for Mortensen. Dribbles, had the ball stripped away, and taken away by the Mustangs. Nice trip there by Nestor. Into the front court is Allie Keller out there with Mooseman. And then you got Serena Wells. She'll take a 10-footer left baseline, partially blocked. And Cammie Sweeney comes away with a rebound. And also out there is Haley Lewis for the Mustangs. Here comes Wolliver into the front court. Wolliver with a basketball on the outside left, feeds Kerr. Kerr dribbles to her left. Maintains the dribble against Wells. Back out to Sweeney. Sweeney outside left to Wolliver. Wolliver dribbles to her right. Wolliver against Keller. Lobs it right baseline. Kerr, little 7-footer. Good. Nice shot there by Maddie Kerr. She scores for the first time. Brush has their biggest lead of the game. Brush 40, Fort Morgan 20. 6:51 to go in the game. Here is Mooseman on the right baseline to Lewis. Back out to Nestor. Fakes the 3. Guarded by Mortensen. Cross-court pass to Keller. Keller dribbles left baseline all the way. The runner's up. No good, and a foul. But a foul on the floor. So it won't matter. Foul on Wolliver. That'll be the third team foul. No shooting. And to throw it in will be Keller for the Mustangs. Over to Mooseman. Wide open 10-footer is deep. Rebound to Keller. Keller dribbles, puts it up, and in, and a foul. Allie Keller to the line to shoot 1. She got the rebound. She got the bucket. And the foul was on Wolliver again. It's going to be her 4th. So down by 18 points. Maddie Kerr and Emma Mortensen are out for Brush, along with Callie Bills. They got a new lineup in there practically. Sweeney stays in there. Out there with Berg, Brown, Rule, and Kerr actually stayed in the game. Allie Keller now to shoot 1. She spins, she bends, she shoots, she connects. Brush 40, Fort Morgan 23. 6.5 to go in the game. Berg in the backcourt. Berg to Brown. Brown across the timeline. On the outside right with the basketball. At the top for Kerr. Kerr spinning on Wells. Kerr dribbles to her left, and a traveling violation. Well, this is amazing now. The B-Diggers have committed 17 turnovers, as many as Fort Morgan. Fort Morgan has played very disciplined basketball in the second half. Only 3 turnovers. With a basketball, it's Mooseman dribbling to her right of the lane, all the way. She scoops it off the glass and a little bit too strong. Rebound to Lewis, and Lewis is fouled. She had no angle there, and yet the B-Diggers committed the foul. I'm not sure why. I think that was Sweeney. Yep. Yeah, that's her second. So to the line is Haley Lewis. Free throw is up and in for Lewis. Lewis has got 7 points. Second free throw is perfect. And the Beetdigger lead is down to 15, 40-25. Brown pressured in the backcourt and stripped beautifully by Keller. She'll have an easy layup. Allie Keller has had 2 steals in the backcourt. All of a sudden, Fort Morgan's in a 7-0 run. Plenty of time to go. 5:52 left in the game. It's 40-27. Brown bounce pass on the right baseline to Rule. Rule with the basketball. Maintains a dribble. Back out to Kerr. Kerr, baseball pass near the top for Brown. Brown dribbles to her right. Gets a pick from Berg. The shot is up by Brown off to the right. And the ball is rebounded by Haley Lewis, her 6th. Now Fort Morgan looking for a bucket. Mooseman all the way. Banks a little bit too strong. Lauren Berg grabs another rebound. That's her 10th. On the outlet to Kerr. Wide open is Sweeney, but the ball is tipped away and intercepted by Lewis, but she was on the end line, so no turnover there by Brush. She never had full control on the end line. And the Beetdiggers inbound the basketball, and it'll be Rule to throw it in. Maddie Rule for Brush. Now checking in is Staley, in for Keller. Rule holds the basketball, looking. Bounce pass down low for Berg. Double team. She puts up a shot a little bit too strong. And the ball's out of bounds. It's off the Beetdiggers. The Mustangs can make this a 10-point game with a 3. And we've got over 5 minutes to go. This could get interesting if they can continue scoring. They're on a 7-0 run. Lauren Staley has not had a point tonight. That's a shocker. Here is Mooseman. 16-footer is off the back of the rim, but chased down by Mooseman. Mustangs reset. Staley with a basketball, and Staley was fouled. That'll be the 18th foul on Brush. She'll go to the line. Foul was committed by Mariah Brown. That's her 3rd. Lauren Staley can get into the scoring column for the first time and extend this Fort Morgan run in the 4th. The Beetdiggers have scored only 2 points in a quarter. The free throw is in the air, and that's well off to the left of Brick, but knocked out of bounds by Sweeney. She couldn't control the rebound. And Serena Wells back in for Fort Morgan. Well, they've had a very respectable showing, the Mustangs have, after being down by 20. Staley to throw it in. Lobs it outside left, poked out of bounds by Rule. Now we're getting to that point of the game that's getting very choppy. Very, very choppy. Boys game slated to start more than likely at 7:30. Here's Staley dribbling left baseline. Her runners up off the side of the backboard. Lauren Berg grabs her 11th rebound for Brush with a basketball. On the outside left is Rule. Dribbles to her right, and she's fouled. That'll be the 16th foul against Fort Morgan. Kinsey Winsheimer commits her 2nd. And Christina Frick is into the game for the Mustangs along with Aurora Baca. So it's Brown, Mortensen, Berg, Kerr, and the inbounds passer, Maddie Rule for Brush. 3/4 court. The lob into Kerr. We'll have free throws the remainder of the game with every foul unless it's an offensive foul. Kerr dribbling to her right along the sideline, and there's a foul on Staley. That's a ridiculously bad foul. With her back to the basket, now she's going to give Rule a free throw attempt. Yeah, been a rough night for Staley. No points, 3 rebounds. She's a very, very good player. It's just not her night. Kerr's free throw is around and no good. It's missed off to the right. Aurora Baca grabs her 3rd rebound. Here comes Staley the other way. Let's see if she can get on track. Staley left baseline for Wells. Bounce pass cross court off of Frick's hand. Out of bounds. Beetdigger basketball. Fort Morgan has committed only 4 turnovers in this half. Very impressive. They've kept that total low. Brown lobs it in towards Berg. Berg with a basketball. Takes the dribble. Back out to Rule. Rule into the front court. On the high right. Picks up the dribble. Feeds it over to Brown. Brown with the left hand at the top, maintains the dribble. Brown to her right of the lane. Bounce pass to the cutting Rule, who puts it up and misses the 5-footer. The rebound to Staley, her fourth. Now we're under 4 minutes to go in the game. Fort Morgan trailing Brush 40-27. Staley straight away against Brown is going to feed it to Wells, and she traveled. Lots of traveling violations in this game. Turnover number 19 for Fort Morgan. With 3:55 to go. Got lots of alumni out here because schools have gone on vacation already. Won't have classes till January the 5th. At least high school, college, maybe even later. And there's a pass in the front court, and bodies go flying, and there's a tie-up between Frick and Kerr. Possession arrow, Fort Morgan. So now the scoring is slowed down. And the B-Digger offense has been awful in this quarter, just 2 points. They were up 38-20 after 3, and it's 40-27 with 3:36 to go in the game. The Winsheimer shot is around, no good from 3, and Lauren Berg has the rebound. And was she fouled, or was it a tie-up? They're going to call a foul on Frick. Should be free throws at the other end, or one free throw. Lauren Berg grabs her 12th rebound. And for Frick, that's her 4th foul. And Lauren Berg at the stripe. We could have lots of free throws down the stretch unless the defenses play a little bit more discipline here. Free throws off to the right, and the rebound is controlled by Baca. Into the front court. Winsheimer shot blocked out of bounds by Berg along the right baseline. Mustangs retain possession. Keller to trigger it in. Looking. Bounce pass, right corner. Staley, 3 in the air. It's an air ball. Wow, just bad shooting night. Kerr with a rebound. Kerr to Brown. Brown, bounce pass outside left for Rule. Rule, wide open 3. Good for Maddie Rule. She drills the triple, and the B-Diggers lead by 16. 43-27. Outside left, Staley. Staley against Brown. Dribbles to her right. Gets a pick from Baca at the free throw line. Jump pass inside. Baca should have cut to the basket. That was actually a good pass by Staley. Ball went out of bounds. 20 turnovers now for Fort Morgan. Under 3 minutes to go. Rule along the right baseline. All the way. Scoops it up. Throws up an air ball. Mortensen with a rebound. Misses. Ball is loose and corralled away by Christina Frick. Now to Keller. Keller at the top of the basketball. Keller dribbles to her left. Jump pass back out to Staley. Staley with a crossover dribble. 16-footer in the air. Yes. For Lauren Staley. Her first points of the game, believe it or not. The B-Digger lead is down to 14. Here's Kerr the other way on the outside left for Rule. Back to her right over to Brown. She'll take the 3. Bingo for Mariah Brown, who's got 12 in the game. Brush 46, Fort Morgan 29. We've got 2:10 to go in the opening game of this doubleheader. Keller at the top. Bounce pass on the outside left towards Staley. Picked up by Brown. Dribbles to her left. Cut off by Berg. The ball is loose on the floor, and Keller's going to pick it up. Keller against Kerr, and then she's fouled by Kerr about 30 feet away from the basket. It'll be a 1-and-1 situation. 19th foul against the B-Diggers. And Kerr commits her second personal. And now the B-Diggers will clear the bench. They will clear the bench with, I'm sure, some players who are not even on this roster. That'll make it a little bit more difficult to identify. Keller with a free throw. That's up, and that's good. Keller has 6 points in the quarter. The game 46-30 in favor of Brush. Second free throw is up and in. Keller banked it in. 46-31. Backcourt pressure being applied. B-Diggers inbound the basketball, and again, a lot of these players are not on the varsity roster, so we're just going to go with the flow of what's happening out here. Yeah, they're not even matching the numbers on the JV. We got 1:43 to go. as Brush possesses the basketball. Fort Morgan still with their varsity players out there. Frick commits the foul with 1:35 to go. That's the team's 9th. And this will be a free throw. And that might be Charlene Dory. I can only guess at this point. For the Bee Diggers with a 1-and-1. With a 15-point Brush lead. They led by as many as 20. Free throws in the air, and that's off the back of the rim. And the rebound is controlled by Haley Lewis. Lewis with her 7th rebound. With the basketball. Here's Lewis, puts up a shot off the back of the rim. No good, and the ball is loose. And it's taken away over there by Lewis, and she's fouled. With 1:20 to go. And Lewis has grabbed 8 rebounds in the game. She'll shoot a couple of free throws as they've gone to the double bonus. First free throw to be attempted is up, and that barely got to the rim. Second free throw upcoming by Haley Lewis. And that one is up, and that's perfect. Lewis now with 9. 48-32. Lob in the backcourt. Bee Diggers with possession. Again, I don't have any of these players' names. They're not on the varsity roster, and they're mismatched with uniform numbers in the JV roster. So unless a bucket is scored, we'll just watch how the ball flows around the court. On the outside left, now towards the top. And a traveling violation. 19 turnovers for Brush. And we're down to 58 seconds to go. The Bee Diggers will win their 4th game of the year. Fort Morgan will drop to 1-6. Here is Nestor with the basketball, backing in the defender. Back out to Lewis. Straight away, here's Wells. Wells bounce pass to Nestor. Nestor cut off by the Brush defender. Nestor is going to feed Mooseman over there. Cross court to Wells. Wells dribbles right baseline. Can't put up a shot. Back out to Mooseman in the right corner. 28 seconds to go. Nestor dribbles to her left, nearly fouled. Back out to Wells. She'll put up about a 12-footer. That's an air ball. And the ball is taken away by the Bee Diggers. The Bee Diggers have it with 13 seconds to go in the game. They can just dribble out the clock. Hopefully no foul here. And nearly a steal, but a kicking violation. 7.1 seconds to go. All the Bee Diggers have to do is inbound the basketball, and that'll be it. Looking for the inbounds. There's the lob along the right baseline. And the ball is lost by the Bee Diggers. Taken away by the Mustangs, and that's it. The Brush Bee Diggers in the opening game of this doubleheader have defeated the Fort Morgan Mustangs. And we'll get to a break here momentarily. Boy, they took the score off that board immediately. Thank goodness I wrote it down. That is pretty ridiculous. But they took that score off the board. We'll wait until the boys are warming up before we take a break here, as the Bee Diggers win the game 48-32. I know there's another game coming up, but that was extremely quick. Extremely quick. And not a bad rebounding night for Fort Morgan. They had 27 rebounds, considering they were completely outsized in this game. They were out-rebounded by 9. And we'll see exactly what the break is in terms of time. Either a 10 or 15-minute break in between games. And once we get to that, then we will let you know how long of a break we take right here before we go to commercial. As the Bee Diggers have won the game handily. Brush, by the way, in the second half was atrocious at the free throw line. They were 0 out of 6, which is very rare for such a good team. Now the Brush girls convening at midcourt. I think all the teams are out there now.
Everybody give yourselves a round of applause for
And
to Nathan Meeks right here and Casey Andrews.
yeah, they were raising money for Casey Andrews as well. There's lots of causes. We've been talking about the Converge Day Treatment Center. Casey Andrews, a young man suffering from cancer, got a signed basketball. All 4 teams are out there, the Brush boys and girls and the Fort Morgan boys and girls, as this young boy is getting a big round of applause and a standing ovation here at Fort Morgan High School as the Lady Bee Diggers have won the game 48-32. So we'll have a slight delay while they acknowledge Casey Andrews here.
We'd like to present you, Nathan, with the Fort Morgan Mustang basketball.
All right, let's take a break. Let's take an extended break. We'll go 4 minutes here. 4 minutes. The final score, Brush 48, Fort Morgan 32 on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. The Brush Bee Digger girls have defeated Fort Morgan tonight 48-32. As the post-game show tonight is brought to you by Mr. D's Ace Home Center in Sterling Brush in Fort Morgan. Your farm and ranch headquarters for all your farm and ranch supplies. They carry feed for all your animals and pets. Mr. D's Ace Home Center. Well, the Bee Diggers led after 10-5 and outscored Fort Morgan 14-9 in the second quarter for a 24-14 lead. Then Brush had a big third quarter, 14-6 for a 38-20 advantage. Fort Morgan would outscore Brush 12-10 in the fourth. Again, the final score 48-32. The Bee Diggers tonight were led by Mariah Brown with 12 points, 10 for Lauren Berg. Next up, Callie Bills at 7, 5 apiece for Shelby Wooliver and Maddie Rule. Emma Mortensen with 3 points and 2 apiece for Cammie Sweeney and Maddie Kerr. As for the... thank you, Brian. He just got me a regular play-by-play voice of the Mustangs. Got me a cushiony seat. I feel a lot better. Now for the Mustangs tonight, 11 points for Allie Keller. Haley Lewis with 9, 8 for Lindsay Nestor, 2 apiece for Lauren Staley, Kinsey Winsheimer, and Christina Frigg. My back already feels that much better. Nice cushiony seat. These are great. All right. The rebounding situation goes like this. The Bee Diggers with 36 rebounds in the game, 12 of those from Lauren Berg, 27 rebounds for Fort Morgan. Haley Lewis had 8 of those. Turnover situation. The Mustangs had committed a lot more turnovers than Brush, but the Bee Diggers got sloppy. So both teams had 20 turnovers in the game. And at the free throw line, the Bee Diggers were only 5 out of 14. Fort Morgan was actually very good at the line tonight, as they were 15 out of 21. So they were well over 70%. But with a Bee Digger victory, the Bee Diggers improved to 4-2, and the Mustangs fall to 1-6 on the year. So they've already played 7 games, a very busy schedule in the month of December for the Mustangs.